Good afternoon, everyone. This is your captain speaking. Buckle up. Get ready for takeoff. Today, we're going to be flying into the territory of the tariffs. That's our destination today. Well, tariffs, maybe some other miscellaneous subjects, but today I'm taking you on a tour of my rabbit hole, my echo chamber, whatever you want to call it, on YouTube. And I thought we'd start off with the tariffs. And so you people believe that there's going to be empty shelves, we're going to be out of food, stuff like that. Here's my take on it. Take it or leave it. You know, I'm going to do a quick take. I'm also going to show you my echo chamber. That's why we're doing this on the iPhone, because we're going to show you not just about the tariffs, but on other subjects. A lot of it is slop and clickbait. And so my take on the tariffs is this. So they've got you terrified that China is going to raise all its prices, right? How many of you actually done your homework? How many of you know your history books? Even has Trump actually enacted any of these tariffs yet? Or is everybody merely just talking about it? Because if you watch these YouTubers or Communist News Network or whatever legacy media, Fox, they're all the same. Oh my God, these tariffs are going to be bad. We're going to be out of food, empty shelves. That's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. Now I can look up and ask my AI, we're going to do that, if any of these tariffs are actually in force right now. Or are they just talking about it? Just talking about it. We're going to put tariffs on everybody. But here's the deal. Let's start with China. That's the one everyone's talking about, is China, right? So China has imposed tariffs on us, and so does the rest of the world. When America ships its products out, we got to pay tariffs. But heaven forbid we should make them pay a tariff. So let me get this straight. It's okay for China to impose tariffs on us, make us pay, we, the hardworking Americans, pay, and they expect no tariffs on their end. They make us pay a tariff, but if we made them pay a tariff, oh my God, how dare you think, why should we pay a tariff? We're China. Only Americans pay tariffs. You pay, we're exempt from it. How is that fair? So you gotta see it from the other perspective. This is what the YouTubers are not telling you. Yeah, it's amazing how they leave that part out. So it's okay for the rest of the world to not pay tariffs, but we gotta pay tariffs. How is that fair? That's not fair. That's what Trump is trying to stop. But there's so much fear mongering. Oh my God, he's gonna make China because Trump is doing it. Fear mongering. I guarantee it. Had Biden had done this, there would still be fear mongering, but from the other direction. Oh my God. Expect high grocery prices. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who the sitting president is. The other side will scream. And they'll jump at it and say, oh my God, empty shelves, empty shelves. Don't believe it. That's nonsense. It's superstitious nonsense. And a lot of the tariffs, to my knowledge, really have not been enforced yet. I'm going to ask our AI, how many of these tariffs are in force right now? And even if Trump is merely talking about it, but he hasn't actually done it, he's merely in negotiations. And even if one is enacted, how long does it take? How long would it take to be realized? I mean, before you, the consumer, see it on the shelf. Let's suppose they put a 30% tax on anything from, let's say, China. That's what everyone's talking about. It could take several months before you, the consumer, feels it. And you may not feel it at 30% because everything's on scale. So what that means is you may have to pay an extra penny or two, an extra 2 or 3%, and that's the reality of it. And some of them are going, well, we're going to see empty shelves and high prices. Empty shelves and high prices? That's kind of a contradiction, isn't it? If you got high prices, how can you have empty shelves? Isn't that an oxymoron? I mean, think about that. High prices means the shelves are going to be full because who can afford to buy it? I just want you to think logically about this. Yeah. So whenever you believe, whatever you hear on legacy media or from content creators on whatever platform, don't believe it. I'm 58 years old. I was born in 67. Do you know how many times I've heard about the end of the world, the economy's going to collapse? Hundreds, thousands of times, and it's never happened. I'll give you an example. Something that everybody, well, if you're under the age of 30, you probably don't remember. Only people 35 on up would probably remember is Y2K. Remember Y2K? The computers are going to crash, the end of the world, and the experts were saying this. Experts. Legacy media was saying this. Y2K, the computers are going to crash, everything's going to end. You know what? It never happened. We woke up on January 1st, still had to go to work, still had to pay bills. Nothing happened. How about the Mayan calendar? They said the world was going to end. Did the world ever end? No. 2012 came and went. How many times have you heard about the economy is going to crash, and yet life still goes on? Every day. You still got to get up and go to work and pay your bills. Nothing's going to change. Not really. Think about it. Think about how often you've heard that. You've heard that a lot, haven't you? The computers are going to crash. Get it full. Yeah. So, we've all heard that, right? It's like many times I heard about the rapture. Jesus is coming. He never came. He might come live inside my heart, but the rapture never happened. No rapture. No computer crash. One time they were predicting a major earthquake here in southwest Missouri. It never happened. So, folks, I'm just saying, don't panic. Don't sweat it. You know, whatever you're hearing about the tariffs, don't believe it. It's nothing but fear-mongering. There will not be empty shelves. We just had a toilet paper scare, a month or two ago? Because of the strike on one of these ports. Oh my God, we got to stock up on toilet paper. And yet, there is no toilet paper shortage. Guess what? 3 days later, the toilet paper was back on the shelves. The shelves are full again. I bet you felt like an ass. An idiot. And that's the problem. There are idiots that don't do their homework. Whatever they hear on TikTok, whatever they hear on YouTube, or whatever platform they're on, they just assume that content creator must know the truth. No. It's fear-mongering. They designed that little 30-second clip or that YouTube thumbnail to get your attention, to get you to click. And you believed it. You only read the headline, but you don't do the research. You don't go into depth. Okay, so again, I'm 58. And so you got to remember how many times I've heard many end of the world predictions, or the economy is going to collapse. The middle class is dying. There won't be any more middle class. Oh my God, I've heard it so many times, I don't believe it anymore. Because it never happens. It just doesn't. It's just like, people just, whatever happens on TikTok, it must be the truth, right? John Fogerty had a song on his album, the Centerfield album. I heard it on TV. I mean, that's 40 years ago. He was singing about that. How true that is. It must be true because I heard it on TV. It must be true because I've seen it on Facebook. Yeah, fake. Oh my God, Facebook is slop anymore. Oh, I hate being on that platform. But anyway, without further ado, let's take a trip and show you my echo chamber. Now, you all have a YouTube landing page or whatever platform you're using. I use YouTube. So let's take a look. Okay, everybody. This is my YouTube landing page. Let's scroll back up to the top. So look at these thumbnails. He says, I almost didn't post. This guy's really, really negative. But that's his brand. I don't believe half of what he says either, because he's fallen into a character. His channel's really grown. People love negative. Maybe if I was to go back to being a crybaby, Mr. Negativity, my channels would grow again. But that's not the image I want to put out. America's shopping addiction. Oh my God, they're talking about the Pope. Is Pope Francis' death and funeral a sign? Oh my God. Look at that thumbnail. Anything to get you to click. Now this guy here, he's okay. He's not clickbaity, and I love his channel. Okay, these are just music videos here. You're going down my echo chamber here. Gen Z is a lost generation. Again, a lot of this is clickbait. And he's been showing up a lot in my feed. Diddy. I was hired to cook for Diddy. I saw amazing things. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that is. 20,000 layoffs. It's like, you want that in your thumbnail. I could do a YouTube video on that, put that in my thumbnail. I can now use ChatGPT to design my thumbnails. Cosmic absurdity. Why are we even here? Is Britain still livable? Just look at all this clickbait. The AI takeover. Oh my God. So they said this about Y2K, that computers are going to crash, right? So when I hear this about AI, I take it with a grain of salt. I go, ho hum, I've heard this many, many times before. So what? I don't believe in an AI takeover. I just don't. I think it'll be regulated, and it won't be what everyone's predicting. Reddit is the dead internet. Yeah, sure it is. Prices will skyrocket. Oh my God. Of course, that's Vosh. I kind of know who he is. I haven't heard from Destiny lately, that other blue-haired guy on YouTube. Ran into another old friend, and it's bad. I don't know what that's about. I just found out my old friend Kelvin is another, and that's it. They word it just right to where it makes you want to click on it. Well, what about his old friend? What's wrong with his old friend? Music video. AI agents. Okay, how to become a... Oh one-person business. The evil in America. America's evil. 75K views 8 days ago. Yeah, I got another the problem with some YouTubers is they'll create this one viral video like I did. Yeah, they'll climb to the top and then they'll fall off. You have 2 or 3 good videos and that's it. The time a Christian visited a Mormon church. So what? Probably happens a lot. The boomer mind cannot comprehend. Oh, here's another one that deals with what we're talking about. Walmart CEO warned us, stock up before it's too late. Yeah, let me tell you something about that, folks. I just told you. That particular video, stock up before it's too late, is BS. Total BS. Because it's just it's not going to happen, folks. There won't be empty shelves. If the food prices are going to be high, the shelves are going to be full. And I don't think the food prices are going to be sky high either. Trump angry at Amazon. Music video. Everything is secret. Woo. Oh, that looks interesting. How $21 trillion went missing. Tucker Carlson. Of course, each side spins its narrative. You got to learn not to buy into it. This is what I'm talking about. It's all slop. Is AI really going to take our jobs? It'll take some jobs. Is America on the cusp of default? Oh my God. You know what? My channel would grow if I focused on negativity like this. Whether it's the economy, whether it's AI. But I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over and over. And I already get accused of repeating myself. Here's another one. Hasbro just made its dumbest decision yet. Okay, I think we've had enough of my, the $200 pizza. Yeah, he picked that up from somebody. Somebody posted something about how they ordered a pizza online with tip and everything. It came to like $90. It's like crazy for 2 pizzas. Fighting a robot army. No, we're not going to fight a robot army. Yeah. Don't quit your job. I just got fired. Okay. Oh, let's see. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see. This is my rabbit hole. Why everyone suddenly believes in AGI. Is there a life after death? Yeah, of course there is. Wild comments. Ooh, loners see more. Let's see. We're screwed. Oh boy. That gets a lot of clicks. China's manufacturing collapses. Oh my God. Star Wars humiliated by Star Wars. Oh my gosh. Car loan crisis. Disney should fire him. Beep beep. Yeah, this is all a bunch of slop. Anyway, I thought, yeah, you've seen an unmade bed. I never made, it's rare that I do. Okay, we asked ChatGPT. Let's find out what's really going on here. Now, I don't know how honest it is because it's basic learning. So, again, it's pulling from stories. And I may have to do some deep dive into this because I need to find out what tariffs are in force right now. So I was careful on how I asked the question. I says, I am hearing a lot about these tariffs. Are any tariffs in force right now? Not just talking about it, but implemented and in force now, right now. How long has America had tariffs, and how many countries make America pay tariffs, and how many countries pay us tariffs? I asked several questions here. And it says, as of April 2025, the United States has implemented several significant tariffs under President Donald Trump's administration. These measures include a 10% baseline tariff on most imports. 10%. That's not too bad. But it's China that's got everybody, and 145% tariffs on Chinese goods and 25% tariffs on steel, aluminum, foreign-made cars and goods not compliant with, U.S. economy in the first quarter of 2020 attributed to a surge in imports ahead of the tariff implementations. Tariffs have been part of the U.S. economic policy since the nation's founding. The first major tariff act of 1789 was enacted to protect budding American industries and generate revenue. The U.S. both imposes tariffs on imports and faces tariffs on its exports. For instance, in response to U.S. tariffs, China has implemented retaliatory tariffs. Again, we don't know how much of this is true. Just because ChatGPT gave me an answer, it doesn't mean it's 100% accurate. In other words, I'm going to have to do a deep dive and actually go to the public library and dig up some history books and find out. I need to find out. Just because Trump is talking about it doesn't mean it's actually been implemented. And if he has implemented it, how long before we feel the effects? So comment below what you know about the tariffs. And something you may have to do a deep dive, because on the surface you're probably not going to get an answer, because it's all curated, so to speak. It's hard to get a good answer without getting historical context on tariffs, how long they take to enact, how long before we feel the effects. And China and America are still in negotiations. And I think before the smoke clears, we will negotiate a settlement. You got to know that both sides want to come to an agreement. They just do. So regardless of what you're hearing, both sides want to come to an agreement. So I'm just saying, you can do your own investigation into the history of tariffs. I'm not going to go into all the detail because this video is going on too long. But you can look this up yourself. I wanted you to look it up yourself. I'm actually do some deep diving. Go to your public library if you have to. Dig up some physical books and look stuff up. Most of you won't do that. It's just like, oh my God, I have to go down to my public library and do some real digging. Yeah, don't take what I say as the gospel truth either. I'm just saying, the tariffs, what you're hearing about them on YouTube, are not as bad as what these content creators are making you believe. That's all I'm saying. So I want to thank you for watching this video. I think I'm starting to repeat myself. And I'm filming this with an iPhone. It's a 15 Pro Max. If it says you should get a 16, and now the 15 does just fine. And this tablet here is 7 years old, and it just got a software update. I'm surprised. It hasn't had one in a long time because I think they're no longer supporting it. And I can replace this big tablet. I can get a refurbished one for $300 or $400. I looked it up on Amazon. Yeah, I can get one for a couple $100. This one's got cracked because it fell on the floor, but it's 8 years old. It's barely functioning. I mean, I can watch YouTube videos. It just now got Messenger back. But again, I want to thank you for watching. I know I've been doing food reviews in the last, I think the one I did at Taco Bell is a repeat. I stated that. You know what? I think I did a video on this already. Dadgummit, I did it twice. Wouldn't you know? And so I'm going, well, you know what? Other YouTubers do it. I thought, well, we'll revisit it and see if the chicken nuggets were any better. They were bad, actually. I kind of liked them. I got several video ideas. It's my day off today. And so sometimes these videos go on too long because I just like having a conversation with all of you. Sometimes I just want to sit and just talk. But on YouTube, I can't just ramble on and just have a conversation because people's attention spans, you don't want to turn my videos too long because I can't help it. Sometimes I just want to talk to people. So you must be lonely. Well, I get lonely. Yeah, sure I do. But I also go to town so I don't feel so lonely. Like I said, I just turned 58 and I've lived through a lot. I've seen a lot. So I don't believe in the end of the world. There's no such thing as the end of the world. The economy is not going to collapse. You're not going to see empty shelves. That's the point I want to get across. Whatever you're hearing from these content creators on TikTok, YouTube, whatever platform you're on, whatever you're seeing on Facebook, whatever you're seeing on legacy media, I don't care what network it is. People said, well, if it's on Fox, it must be true. It's on the Communist News Network, it must be true. No, it's not true. NBC wouldn't lie, would they? Come on. I trust my content creators on YouTube or Rumble. But they lie just as bad. They design those thumbnails to get you to click. Sucker. Yeah. I'm trying to learn how to smile more in my videos. And I got ideas. I may shoot another video right after this one. I just came up with it just now on con artist. Yeah, con artist. Gotta love them. I have my favorite. You have to tune in because I'm gonna shoot that right now. Why after I get done with this with the iPhone? Because I want to show it to you, and why I like him so much. Why this guy was totally likable. Because in the 90s, I saw a lot of con artists, and we still see them. The televangelist. Oh my God. Where do we want to get started? But there's one in particular. I really like this guy. I don't know why. But we got to say goodbye. I'm going to ramble on. If I don't cut this off, if I don't say goodbye, this video is just going to go on and on. I'm just talking about the tariffs. And just don't believe that nonsense. Whatever you're hearing from either side, stay calm, stay cool, stay collective. If you feel you want to stock up on certain supplies, we just had a tornado outbreak in Springfield, Missouri. I need to record a podcast on that particular issue, on the labor shortage. I may spend the whole day making one video after another, but this one I had to get out there. Shoot it right away. I'm going to try to include my intros and outros. You like my outro? Not the video outro, but the outro of me with a finger. I created that all on my own. I just want to be an original content creator. Yes, I'm using my iPhone. That teddy bear back there belonged to my late wife. People ask me about that. So why is that there? I said, I don't know. It belonged to her. He's still sitting around, and I just haven't put him in storage. I don't know. It's just there. It was hers. It was a Valentine's present from my late wife. Can you see him? Can you see? There he is. Right there. My late wife's teddy bear. I got that for her on Valentine's Day. Sorry this camera shakes. I do have it on the selfie stick. I'm not the most professional, but there he is. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see it. There he is. There you go. Well, you know what I always say. It's hard to say au revoir. It's hard to say au revoir. So, a gratin. I should use this finger instead. Yeah, we'll use this finger. It's hard to say au revoir, so a gratin. You see this finger, right? And here we go. Oh no! It's only you. Just back for me, babe. It's only you. Don't need a diamond way. It's only you. Don't need a diamond. It's only you. It's really good, I promise you.